In the early 2000s, Royal Enfield was sinking like a Titanic. That's when it was acquired by Eicher Motors and it was selling around 25,000 units a year. Back then, the CEO Siddharth Lal realized that there's something wrong with the way the company is functioning. Instead of using three different architectures for the motorcycles, he took a bold decision and enforced just one single architecture across the motorcycle range. And the first bike under this new production model was the Classic 350. The Classic 350 was not just another model for Royal Enfield, it changed their destiny in India, not just in India but globally. What's so special about this bike? Even after 10 or 11 years, it continues to contribute to 60% of all the sales of Royal Enfield. Hello and welcome back to Shadow Drives. Here we are reviewing the all new Classic 350. The exteriors of the Classic 350 resemble a timeless design while still being modern at the same time. The illumination duties are assigned to a halogen bulb that lights up beautifully at night. The new spine frame of the Meteor did help the brand get a new lease of life, and that has immensely helped the Classic 350 too. The front tires are 19 inches paired with 300 mm of disc that gets the Classic 350 to halt with really good confidence. However, the 270 mm of rear disc does need some time to get effective, thanks to the spongy pedal. Moving to the rear of the Classic 350, the resemblance to the earlier model is far more evident. If there is something that we really appreciate apart from the massive improvement in the seat comfort, it's the exhaust note which matches the modern characteristics. Royal Enfield purists will however miss the iconic thump which is achievable using an aftermarket exhaust. Check this out. Royal Enfield has tried to retain the old school heritage charm of Classic 350 in this too. That's very evident because you still get the old school halogen headlamp here, and you have a couple of indicators and parking lights as well. And one thing that's differentiated here is the use of chrome on the mudguards with the paint scheme running in between them. Royal Enfield has decided to opt in for a hybrid model of instrument cluster with a digital and analog console. Along with the fuel meter, we do get two trip meters. However, we would like to repeat again that the fuel meter is far away from being close to perfection. It fluctuates a lot just like every other RE out there. The fuel tank has a capacity of 13 liters and we feel it should easily give a cruising range of 300 plus km. However, the real world scenarios are still awaited. That said, the quality of switches have been improved and they feel like they are prone to last long. At 805 mm, the seat height is good enough for most of them and the floor seems easily accessible. The riding position feels really good and you will love the way everything falls into place, including the handlebar position and switches. In fact, this is the most optimum riding position I have come across in a very long time. After 200 kilometers, I had absolutely nothing to complain about in terms of shoulder or elbow discomfort. It's not the Royal Enfield that will push you back as you raise the throttle. The 650cc twins do a better job with that. But with Classic, it's all about comfortable cruising literally all day long and night, because the illumination from the headlight again is beautiful. The power from the engine is delivered in a linear and smooth manner which goes well with the cruiser characteristics of the bike. Thanks to the fantastic low end torque, you could comfortably ride the bike at low speeds in a relatively higher gear. If there's something that made me fall for this Classic, is the perfectly tuned clutch that is light enough for city usage and weighs just enough for the right precision. Although the new suspension is better, it's not very soft and the most comforting of all. Potholes are dealt with at crawling speeds, but if you plan to get ambitious with the throttle input, you would be disappointed. Despite the low seat height, the motorcycle boasts 170 mm of ground clearance. This should be good enough to tackle most of the large uninvited speed breakers and potholes. The handling characteristics of the all-new chassis is much better than before and is confident inspiring. In fact, it's one of the most nimble and easy to ride motorcycles this side of the larger displacement family. Although it weighs 193 kg on paper, it seems like the weight just disappears in the rear view mirror once you are on the saddle. Talking of which, the mirrors are prone to vibrations from as early as 80 kmph. But the bike feels rock solid at 90 kmph, and it's once you reach the ton mark, you are reminded that you are riding a Royal Enfield. And that's when the vibrations start to pop up from the foot pegs and handlebars, although the vibrations do get fairly evident from foot pegs from 90 kmph itself. Since the time of its inception, Royal Enfield Classic 350 was never close to perfection. It had its own fair share of niggles, the thump was lifeless, and more importantly, the seat was really uncomfortable for long rides. Over the years, Royal Enfield has tried to give some kind of improvements to this bike, and this iteration, the all new Classic 350, is leaps and bounds ahead than the first iteration, and the biggest improvement since last 10 to 11 years. Because apart from improving most of the concerns, Royal Enfield has tried to address the tech savvy consumers here with the addition of tripper navigation, which helps you to navigate seamlessly, and this works flawlessly in this bike compared to the other Royal Enfield bikes that we saw earlier. We really feel all such small tricks are going to help Royal Enfield come back in the game of 250 to 500cc segment, which they were having monopoly earlier, but they were losing the market share to other motorcycle manufacturers. Having said that, the Classic 350 has some really good highway manners, just like other Royal Enfield motorcycles, but only up to 90 to 100 kmph. But beyond that, in fact, from 95 kmph onwards, the bike starts to vibrate and you lose your confidence there. I really wish Royal Enfield had addressed these concerns here, which are pending since a long time.
In a nutshell, the Royal Enfield Classic 350 is the right package the consumers have been craving for decades. Just that Royal Enfield needs to work upon the fuel meter issue, as it's prolonged for a really long time. With the much awaited new Classic 350, call this overconfidence, but this bike is going to be etched in the historic books of the homegrown manufacturer for a very long time. Simply because it does everything that someone would ask for, and boy, it does it in style.
If you guys like the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram. Take care, drive safe and stay healthy.